Okay, I think. Okay. I forgot my notebook. So, welcome to ARTalks. I am trying again to do the live or Facebook Live with. So, hold on. I'll need as soon as Patrick is watching, he can either invite, or I will try to invite, or if somebody else wants to join, I'm willing to do that too. Today we are talking about, well, actually there were several things I wanted to talk about. One was the Arkansas Living Treasure Award. We are planning to do a reception. It's kind of, we're in the preliminary steps for this, but Michael Warwick is our Arkansas Living Treasure, and he is an amazing sculptor, a craftsman. He does a lot of different work, but for this one it was for his metal work. He's internationally known, and we are going to do a virtual honoring of him on October 8th. So we're in the works for that, so keep an eye out on our page and find out how you can maybe join or participate. Let's see. Yeah. Anyway, I got this new thing that's supposed to actually stabilize my phone. It's a gooseneck holder of the phone. It looks it does look like this right here. But anytime I touch it, it jiggles. So that's where you're seeing the weird jiggling thing. Anyway, not the point. I'm trying to kind of upgrade some of my equipment for live streaming and the arts, and I know that a lot of artists currently during the pandemic, they're trying to do more with virtual. So we're doing more live streaming, more video content, and I'm interested to hear what artists are using or what the pros and cons are, like glitches you've found, platforms you like. That would be great. It would help me out a lot. So anyway, this is my home. Behind me you see an original piece of artwork. It's by a local artist. His name is John Allen, and he does a lot of different works in a lot of different mediums. He was also in our small works on paper this year. I believe his was one of the pieces that sold pretty immediately upon the opening reception for small works on paper. Oh, thank you, Janice. So we also offer workshops, and Miss Kearney is one of the people we have who comes in. She's an expert in memoir writing and research. She's actually a wonderful person too, which sometimes you don't get a lot of them. Like I'm a writer, so I know other writers, and we can be very, very Hemingway. Anyway, she isn't. She's a wonderful person. She's great. And so keep an eye out for that Get Smart workshop. It'll be coming up this fall, and it'll be virtual and free. The current Get Smart workshop that's coming up August 13th is a really amazing workshop that I feel like if you are in any way involved with any nonprofit organizations, that you should probably take. It's on budgeting. So when you apply for a grant, you often have to create a budget for your grant, sort of showcasing what you need and what you plan to do with the money if you get it. And for this workshop, Brenda Maudlin is going to be leading it, but also Jess Anthony, who is the Arkansas Arts Council grants program manager. So he can give you tips for how to get our own grants. And I think that's something that more people should look into. And speaking of grants, besides the Arts Council grants, there are other grants available that you should look at under Arkansas Heritage. I don't say this lightly, but there are wonderful grants out there that a lot of people are not taking advantage of. So like the Heritage Grant, that's deadline is September 10th. You can go to the website and find out information about it. But you can combine, if you can figure out a way to combine arts and history, some kind of event, you can actually get that grant. Or if you are an African American artist or an artist who is participating in some sort of Black History project, there is a Curtis Sykes grant through the Black History Commission of Arkansas, and that grant is non-matching, and it's, I think, about $3,500. So that is a grant that you could look into. It also has an ongoing deadline. One of the grants that we have right now that is an ongoing grant that does not require matching money is for veterans. It's a lifelong learning mini grant, and that particular grant, you can do virtual programs, but it's catered toward our veterans in Arkansas to bring the arts to them. Arts therapy, arts healing. I think we funded a few previously on like a collage artist that was trying to help veterans get in touch with like some of their emotions. There's been music ones, writing songs. There's been some grant projects. Let me think. Oh, memoir writing was another one. So you can actually come up with a program. If you're an artist, you're going to need a nonprofit organization to sort of work with, but that is an excellent grant that you could apply for. There's no harm in applying for these grants. Even if you don't get it, it's a good experience and it will help you in the future. So like right now, everything I'm doing is a learning experience. Like the learning curve has been so steep since the pandemic hit. I've learned like videography and Premiere Pro, and where I'm gonna start learning how to do more. Sorry, I'm getting a note. So I'm gonna start learning to do more also with like podcasting, and we're looking more at any kind of virtual platform experience. So I know that a lot of artists I feel like they're having a downtime, but I would also like to know like what you're learning. If you could just reach out to the Arts Council, we would like to know like what it is you're learning, what it is you need. We're very interested in helping you develop your professional skills. There is another grant, the Sally Williams grant, actually is for artists looking to improve their career skills. So you might go to the website and look for that grant, because we can help pay for some parts of your development. And right now seems like a really good time to start development projects, like increasing your skills, creating new things, learning virtual. I'm worried personally that the new normal, like this is the new normal is now the normal. I don't see virtual going away. I know a lot of artists, they tend to just do Instagram, but right now it's looking like multiple platforms and multiple scales. I know I'm just sort of talking here. So let's see, the Arkansas Living Treasure, those grants that we have. You also might look at our mini grants. So just go to our website, arkansasarts.org, and look for grants. If you can't find what you're looking for, you can email me and I will help put you in touch with whoever you need. So that's scarlett.sims@arkansas.gov, 1 T and 1 M as in Mary. I'm not wearing a mask today. Sorry guys. And I'm really not wearing any makeup either. And I did brush my hair. You can't tell. I tried for you. I did, you know, what can I say? I sort of tried because I didn't do the makeup part. But anyway, one thing I have been participating with that's really helped some of my creativity is this group of artists and we've joined something called GISH, G-I-S-H, and it's like a week-long competition for arts and creativity and crafts. So one of the crafts that I did was maybe after Gish I'll share this picture, but I did with makeup a self-portrait on my stomach. So that's the kind of thing that we've been doing. Just especially during this time, you almost have to find something to make yourself want to participate, to be creative. And I don't know what everybody else is doing, because I know some artists they're super creative. They're just like turning out stuff. I don't know how you're doing it. Keep it up. It's amazing. It's wonderful. But if you guys have advice for us artists out here who are not thriving artistically, I mean, I've done a few things. I got a new sketchbook. I've been trying out some ink washes. I say trying out because I've exploded one pen already. I have a problem with exploding things, and so that has been a thing. Anyway, enough about me. The Arkansas Arts Council, we have a bunch of things in the works. So, like, I know we're going to do something with our fellowships that are going to be announced soon. We have the Arkansas Living Treasure Award coming up. Governor's Arts Awards, those are open right now for nominations, and it's an amazing opportunity to be able to spotlight not only artists, but the people who are behind the scenes supporting the arts in Arkansas, the very people who are making things thrive, and especially during this year, it would be great to acknowledge the people who are helping the arts not only survive, but thrive and change, because this is a time of change. Aw, thanks, South Arkansas Arts Center. We love you too. So the Governor's Arts Awards, also, we'll put a link on this for you, but those are available. The nominations are available at arkansasarts.org, and you can go and you can nominate an artist for a Lifetime Achievement Award. You can nominate a group for community endeavors that they've done that's really improved, supporters. We also do videos, so you can go to our website and check out some of the videos that we've done for previous winners if you'd like. It's a great opportunity. We still plan to have a reception next spring, so the nominations are open now, and then after that there will be a panel who chooses the awardees, and then usually we have a reception to honor the awardees in the spring. So that's happening. For the Arkansas Living Treasure Award, the virtual reception that we have planned, we're planning to show videos and slideshows. Mr. Work's going to speak. The governor is going to give us a little bit of content to show. We plan to make it a pretty big deal because it is a big deal. We want to recognize the craftsmen, the artists. People often ask about the Arts Council. They're like, well, don't you guys just do visual arts? And that's really not the case. We have musicians, we have playwrights, we have screenwriters, we have the visual artists, and we have a whole artist registry for visual artists, but we also have Arts on Tour that you can go and you can look at and find different artists. We also help other organizations put together their own programs. So like we supported Drain Smart in Central Arkansas for like 3 years, I think. We've helped produce or helped fund videos to do like virtual tours of the sculptures, and we actually have our hands in a lot of pies. I don't know if that's the saying, our fingers in a lot of pies. Anyway, there's a saying. It means we're doing a lot. Other things, I know that, oh, hey there everyone. I honestly, for ARTalks, this is a really great time for us to get together and sort of try to communicate with each other. And I know that's not easy. You know, especially with live streams, it's just not, see there, I touched my phone again and it did the whole thing. It's not been particularly easy. I would like to see some of the artworks that you guys are doing. If you wanted to post to this thread or send it to us. If you have a student, a young person, a young artist, somebody who is doing in any of the arts, from music to slam poetry to visual artists, we're looking to display those. And so if you wouldn't mind sending us your artist's work, your young artist's work, we would like to give them the exposure that they deserve, because Arkansas has a lot of young talent in the state, and I don't know that it gets a lot of recognition, especially again now with the pandemic and everybody's doing virtual. We would love to be able to see like kids doing a video dance, or kids, you know, when I was a kid, and this is sort of strange, but I used to write plays, like in Little Women. I used to write plays, and then I would force my little cousins, because I was the oldest, to be in the plays, and so we would have these enormous plays. I think we did one where it was Jessica James, and I incorporated my horse, and it was like done all outside. So having a video of that would have been great, and then another thing that I did that I can think that the youth would be great in this. This would be spectacular. But do you remember the big VHS, like the big recording devices? I got, my grandparents had one, so I confiscated that. And when I was about 15, my friends and I, two other girlfriends, we produced a spoof of Edgar Allan Poe's Quoth the Raven Nevermore. You know, the whole, and it's supposed to be very dark poem, right? It's like this girl's dead. So we spoofed it. My one friend was the Raven, and she dressed in feathers, hung upside down in a tree, and she hung upside down in a tree, and the quote said, "Nevermore, nevermore." And I would have to say, I need to get that, so I can watch it. Oh, my connector.
Sorry.
Hey.
I've been and what precisely my iPad Facebook decided to give up on me. So it's been a struggle. I don't know where I've been, but so hello.
Hey.
Okay, you can hear me.
I can hear you.
I can hear you. I turned up the volume on my phone.
Okay, good. So
Hey, Marcus.
I apologize for whatever's been going on, but we have finally, as long as our devices are cooperating, I think we finally figured out how to do this. Anyway, here we are.
Thank goodness.
And turn your volume down.
Oh.
But anyway, yeah. So I guess we're 20 minutes in, so I guess you've updated everybody pretty well, I suppose. While I've been.
I was
actually rambling about the time I spoofed Edgar Allan Poe
as a way
to get people to submit to Art Voice Arkansas.
Edgar Allan Poe. Has Robin joined us yet? Have we tried to get her on here?
Robin's here.
I wasn't able to add her.
She would have to ask me for an invitation.
Right. Well, you need to tag her, and then she can. I think if you tag her, she can then ask to join. But this is a lot of technology. For those of you out there in our constituents who are pulling your hair out watching this tedium, we are. Facebook obviously has not polished up all the rough spots on this the live streaming and the split screening, but we are certainly happy to be here, and I think this is about as formal as we ever are. So it's anyway. I'm thanks for waiting on me, Scarlett, and you. Anyway, what have we missed? What did I miss?
Am I
beeping?
You are, yeah, you are.
Why does it
do that?
I don't know. I can put my headphones on if that helps. My earbuds.
Maybe that'll help. Okay.
How's that?
Much better, thank you.
Okay, then it was my problem. Yeah, anyway, well, at least I can walk around like this. I'm sure you've talked about Governor's Arts Awards,
and Alta, Arkansas Living Treasure. Are we ready to talk about that yet, or are we?
We've talked about it a little bit. I know that it's still in the preliminary phases, but if people want to be tentatively marking their calendars to join us or think about ways that they want to participate, like maybe you can't go, but you want to send us a note, that'd be great.
Right.
I mean,
I
Michael
think
Ward is
that's
pretty amazing, so it's really good to be able to showcase somebody who has been that involved in promoting his craft and doing his craft. And it's pretty impressive to be somebody who is an internationally known sculptor slash metal
international
worker.
man of mystery.
A man
So,
of mystery. We do have some video of him answering some questions though. So, and then he's planning on installing, I think, some pieces in a gallery coming up. So.
okay, cool. I'm excited. We've got, we currently working. I think we've sent our all our submissions for small works on paper for 2021. They've all been sent to the juror, as I recall. I think Sherry told me that, and I'm really pumped about that. That's always, the works that were submitted this year are just amazing. I see something new, something I see a new view, a new vision every year, and 2021 is going to be no exception. But Arts Voice Arkansas, I guess, is still going on, and we're still looking for those submissions from kids K through 12, trying to get everything, before they go back to school. We are hoping that if they're creating, that they will still share with us, and anything from video of a performance, video of a performance, whether it's musical, dance, theater, or your visual art. We'd love to see that. So you're smiling so much, Scarlett. Are you?
I'm excited that it worked. Like, that it worked.
What hath God wrought? Yes, it's right. It's yeah. So
Arkansas Folk and Traditional Arts is accepting applications. I actually don't know much about this. Do you?
well, that's a Robin. Robin can summarize that a lot better. That's for the apprenticeship program.
Yeah.
And I don't have the text in front of me, but certainly we're sharing that on our opportunities, all our social media platforms. And again, the Arkansas Folk Traditional Arts is our program is now alive and well. It's being housed at the University of Arkansas Library System. Virginia Siegel is the program coordinator, is doing an amazing job. She came to us a couple of years ago out of Western Kentucky, and she's bringing her vision to building a folk art program in Arkansas that we haven't really had a strong folk art program in several years, and so it's not something that the Arts Council currently is staffed to do. So, but we're working with her and with the National Endowment for the Arts, which is a renewed commitment to it. And I think that even regionally, I think we're going to see a lot of strength in the folk arts areas of study. Which incorporates, of course, art, not only art, but it's art history, anthropology. It's the art of our communities in a cultural context. Just try to put it in layman's terms. But I'm very excited about that program, and very excited that she's getting the apprenticeship program off the ground. So it's going to be really cool. So what else have we? What other things? I don't want to beat any dead horses that you've already
Well,
beaten.
where are we on getting all the funding out for the CARES Act grants? Relief.
The CARES Act. Hey, all we need. The CARES Act grants are awarded. All I need is for all I need to sign invoices is for people to get their paperwork in. So The ball is really in your court. Brazier sent me some more invoices to sign today. I will sign those immediately, get them out. We have a vested interest in absolutely getting that money in the mail to you as quickly as possible. And there is just, that's all I want. I want people to get their paperwork in and let me sign it, and let's get it out to you. Get busy, keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on producing art programs, bringing the arts to the people of Arkansas. Just that's what that money is for. And we finally got it out, and I want it out there working for us. So, what else? What else we got? Yeah, I feel so happy now that we've actually mastered this technology. That
Yeah, I'm like,
I know obviously I'm not as happy as you are, but
no,
you
no,
no. You have
I'm
mastered.
excited.
You have mastered. You have created fire. So yeah.
Well,
So next.
well, we were talking about earlier, actually, you know what? This is completely off topic, but I was in a writers group last night, and they started talking about ways in which they think that artwork, well, particularly writing works, might change or might reflect the current pandemic situation. I was kind of wondering if you had thoughts on that. Have you thought about how today's time might impact or look at? Are we going to have more like Catherine Ann Porter's Pale Horse, Pale Rider essays, or Look Homeward Angel, or how do you think today's time and honestly the awfulness of it is going to be reflected in arts and literature later?
Well, I think that anything that happens, any cultural movement, we always see it immediately get into the DNA of literature and art. And so certainly we saw that. Just to give you some examples, in my lifetime, especially in the last 20 years, 9/11, 9/11, not only, the fear of uncertainty that came with 9/11, the backlash, concerns with there's a lot of dystopian literature that certainly has come out in the last 20 years about both 9/11 and the reaction of the world to it. Certainly, you see a lot of that in art too. I mean, I've seen that just in Arkansas in the subject matter. Some of year to year of the Delta exhibition at the Art Center, I've seen that reflected. I remember that. I had a piece in the Delta exhibition in early 2001, and I remember going to the Delta exhibition in 2002, the first one after 9/11, and I can tell you that the tone took a dark turn. And so I have no reason to believe that we won't see a huge reflection not only of what of the COVID-19 pandemic and the suffering and resilience that we've seen, but we'll also see we'll see a lot reflecting the need for in the push for social justice. And that's a very often a current theme, a constant theme, and I think that it's very current this year, and we'll see that in everything from poetry to literature to prose to art. So I think that in many ways Arkansas art is no different than art anywhere, that it is reflective of our times. And I know that we're seeing that in some of the works for small works on paper. We're seeing it in the works that we, as people, as our audience, folks get in touch with us and just kind of update us on what they're doing around the state. Certainly, social practice artists are having conversations right now about social justice issues, public health issues, and the way it affects different communities across the state. And I think that it's always an education for me. It's just it's almost like a live feed of the hopes and fears and dreams of our community. And so
And we've
yeah,
seen some public art installations already surrounding social justice. There was Sprayetville, I think, had a few, and there was a couple that went up in Fayetteville, and maybe I know 7th Street in Little Rock. They've been in the news quite a lot for social justice art, and I think the art is still going up on that particular street.
sure. It's a big focus for a lot of our artists out there. I think the word perfect storm is overused, but the fact that we've had the George Floyd killing, the murder of George Floyd, in the middle of this pandemic, it has really created a national. I mean, it would call it a national agony, but it's also a conversation, and it's a conversation. These are conversations that need to be had, and they are conversations that are going to affect the arts. They're going to affect performance. They're going to affect the way we create, and that's something that has happened. It happened in the Renaissance. It happened in ancient Rome. It's happening here now. That is something as part of the human psyche that just does not change. It's part of our culture, and I'm always glad to see it. I'm glad to be able to witness it especially in our our Arkansas arts family, and I mean that in the broadest term. I mean, a lot of our young folks a lot of our young people are young artists, even that we're seeing Arts Voice Arkansas are expressing their fears, their concerns, their dreams. These are things. This is what we do. This is why we promote the arts. Everything we do is aimed at opening these conversations. So, yeah, I think you asked what time it is, and I told you how to build a watch. But that's my response to that question.
Yeah, well, and that's what the writers said too. Honestly, like I think it's. I've seen a couple of forums for visual artists and poets that have been talking about the same things, and how just the current atmosphere is changing the way they do their work, but also because of quarantining, how that has changed like the way they get their work out, or how they showcase or reach out to audiences. I've started missing actually getting together with artists. Like in person, and that's really actually unique for me because I like to stay home. I'm kind of a homebody.
Yeah. Well, I think that it's changed the way the social aspects of the art. Certainly. I mean, we aren't getting together for performances. We're not gathering in performance halls. We're not gathering around, at mugs and talking about what our new project is. On the on the flip side, it's also contributed to a lot of artists have time. A lot of artists have retired to their studios they've retreated to their studios to create at a time when they're either some are unemployed or underemployed or just quarantining, and certainly we're seeing that. I see it on the internet, from Twitter to Instagram to just in exhibitions, and there are exhibitions out there that a lot of venues that are calling for they recognize that work is being created, and they're asking for submissions, and so that's something that we do. Of course, at the Arts Council is try to keep people in touch with the those who are looking for submissions.
And definitely we have a whole group on Facebook for that, opportunities.
That's right.
Where we post pretty much everything from like the Clinton Airport mural project, public work project, to SIP calls for entry, to, you know, whatever we can think of, that you could submit your work to. We also have another group, an arts and education's group, where if I do find something that is related to arts and education, something for students, then it's posted there.
Right.
Everything from calls from entry to summer camps. So
Exactly.
we're still moving. We're just moving forward in a completely new way.
Yeah. I can't say that we know what the world is going to look like from month to month, but I can tell you that, you know, I believe that I think that just in our little corner of the world here, the Arkansas Arts Council has, you know, our staff has managed to make the transition to a largely online virtual organization fairly well right off the bat in late March, and we're doing a little, you know, we do circulate some of our staff now through the office just to hold on to, you know, hold a presence there, but we still work, I think, about 2/3 of the time. Most of us are working from home, as I am today, and I'm getting ready for a meeting of our Arts Advisory Council this afternoon. But yeah, we are doing the job, and we're trying to keep people informed. And you know, I can say that, you know, my staff, our staff is engaged with the artists, the arts organizations out there as they ever were when we were all in the office. And so I'm very proud of what we've done so far, and I just hope we can keep it up here in the coming months, because every indication is that the fall there will hold its challenges, and you know, starting here with school going back, and you know, I just want everybody, you know, both our folks and, you know, our staff, and I also want our constituents out there to take care of each other, be safe, and keep creating, keep in touch with us. We want to know what you're doing, and we just want to, you know, to you know, hold your hand a little bit, I guess. Just, you know, we need to all kind of draw close in this time. That's what we do in a, you know, in a community.
So, wait a minute,
But
before you go, I know you're about to, because you always say that right before you leave. I want to know about your own art projects.
okay, let's quickly, because I have talked about this and I've hinted about all this. I'm standing in my studio, actually, and I'll just, you know, as it's very cluttered because it's small. It's not nearly as big as it needs to be. I'll give you kind of a quick view. I'll try not to show you the floor because, but you know, anyway, I'll show you that this is where I do most of my work for you know, when I'm working as, you know, doing my director job. There,
very directory.
that's kind of the work. Yes, the workstation. But as some of you know, I am a dabbler in several different. I'm a photographer for going way back to about the time I was 14 years old, film photographer. So I still have a huge number of negatives that you know, that I work with. You know, I still scan some of my old negatives, use them in mixed media. I use an Epson printer, which is right here, and you know, it's kind of buried under crap, but excuse me. But it's and so anyway, this room is about 10 by 10 feet, so it's not huge, but over here, this is an easel that I have that's just got kind of a collection of things that I'm working on. This is a picture of my son Barrett from a few years ago. He's 18 now, just graduated high school, and that's just a portrait I did of him, and and then and you know, I know I talked a lot lately about my adventures trying to do a piece of art that I was going to use as a tabletop. and I pretty much completed that piece of art. You know, I don't know if you ever completely finished something, but I've about wrapped it up. And the problem is I'm not sure that I want to make it a tabletop out of it because it's, you know, I'm not, so, I mean, it could be, I could put legs on it, but I haven't decided, but, in the meantime, I'll show you, and what this is this is a multi-layered, it's actually a multi-layered stencil design based on a photograph it's actually the photograph that I had in the Delta exhibition in 2001, you know, so it's almost kind of a defining work for me, but, you know, 20 years later, I probably I need to get back in the Delta again. I mean, I've tried, but okay, don't get me started. Anyway, here, I'll show it to you, and this is on a piece of, it's on a piece of plywood, and so I'm going to show it to you real quickly here.
Oh, wow.
Can you see that pretty well?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's done with about 4 cans of spray paint, and just spray paint, just stuff I had left over, and decided to try that project out, and it's been a lot of fun, but I'm not sure if I do you can kind of see it back there. If I do try to use it as a table, I'm gonna coat it in resin, so it, you know, I can, because,
Or you
you know,
could
I
put
hate.
a glass on top. You could get one of those glass cuts from Lowe's. And
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Like it's a 2x4. It's a 2x4 table. So, yeah, and so I haven't decided. You know, I'll probably put, if I do make it a table, then I'll probably just put a set of those, what do you call them, hairpin table legs on it. They're kind of the kind of the vintage, mid-century modern design. And but anyway, I do need a new coffee table, but I've just kind of let that project simmer while I'm working on grants and that sort of thing here in August. So, but yeah, so that's where I am with that. But I've got a lot, you know, I'm like a lot of people. I got a lot of art supplies that I need to, they're just crying out to be used, and I've got a couple other projects that I'm thinking about. So, one thing about the pandemic is that it does kind of give you sometimes some time to contemplate, ponder when you're not going out and enjoying social occasions. So that's what I got going on here. But next time we're gonna have you do a gallery tour or a studio tour.
Okay.
So
next time.
I'll give we'll. So I think wow, we've gone 45 minutes. I think this has got to be some kind of a record. So I haven't seen any questions. We may have lost our audience, but
no, we still got some people, but no questions. I don't understand why nobody's asking questions. I have lots of questions all the time. So,
okay,
but then again, I annoy a lot of people. So
that's the investigative reporter in you. So I understand that. So, all right. Well, anyway, I guess we're going to wrap this one up for this week. But we'll see everybody next week, and we are gonna make Robin come on, and we're going to talk some more about folk arts and everything that we're doing in artist services. Artist services is a focus that is near and dear to my heart. So certainly we can bring Robin on, and she can speak certainly more eloquently than I can. So till then, thanks to everybody, and just thanks for having me on, Scarlett.
no, thank you. Thanks for coming.
Okay. Thanks for fixing it. Bye.